Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Um, Whatever your time zones reads, it's early in the morning here in West Africa, and today's date is the 31st of March 2024, the last day in March. And whatever is happening in your country, um, all we can try to do if you are trading against dollar, it's look at the strength of dollar and how to interpret, the strength of the dollar. There's one thing I want to do today uh, for us to really understand the move of the market and ultimately what the move is going to be. I'm going to be working, right from 4-hour time frame. Looking at this 4-hour time frame, I think I've reached the end of 4-hour time frame here on US dollar index. If I push here, okay, it's not engaging here for me, except let me see, okay. Let me see if I can change the daily for you to see something. Okay. Now, this is the daily on US dollar index. Okay, so this is the daily on the US dollar index. We know that this has been on the ascendancy. So the dollar has been moving. This is beyond 2014 and it has been in an uptrend. And if you create an imaginary trend line from here, all through this base and this base, and if we are to correct at all and say we're going to have a change of the trend, yes, so we need this price to come low and test that trend line and see if you're going to bounce back up or not. So that is what so the imaginary line from this low, touching this low and see if we are going to break it to the downside or not. So it's only when you now break it to the downside, you now tell yourself there's a possibility of we trying to change the trend for dollars to lose in a big time. So, but for now, what we are seeing, it's a correction on this daily time frame. And so far, we've had this and this to the upside. And at least we expect an equal leg of this movement up here, down here, at least to test this trend support on this larger time frame to test that area. So we'll be monitoring that when that happens. Now, let me now go back here within this area, and that is where we are now. For this, the structure, we know, when you understand what structure is all about, the corrective structures and the trend. So the corrective structure in this regard is yet to be completed. This will not just come down here and bounce up to break the top. No. We expect it, at least with this move, which is sharp enough, and these in the middle is truly corrective, really, and that these we're going to see at least one more leg at 100% extension before we think of going up again, or if we're going to go down the more. So let me switch back to the 4-hour time frame. So from that leg, so the leg that you saw here of the corrective, this is the move now down here, so which is a big move, and we are in this corrective format. So one thing you must understand is when you are doing correction, so what is the structure that you are seeing? You must be able to understand what, even within the correction, what looks like a trend or not, and what looks like a correction inside a correction. So we must be able to know. Like after this move, we had said that this is the first correction. And this is the second correction from here to here. And this is a B, A of B, B of B. And in a C of B, you have A, B, C, which is a three-wave. So for us to have that a C of B. And in any C leg, that is the last C leg, it has to be an impulse, which is usually which is almost all the time a five-wave structure. So looking at this one, this is an impulse. If you look at it, it's an impulse until we had this break. So this is an impulse to the upside. So once you have this an impulse to the upside, this is truly represents a C. Here, does this look like a three-wave? It could be a three-wave. So it could be a three-wave because if you look at it, these to the upside and this to the downside, you can't get a three here. If you do your Fibonacci retracement, let me try to zoom in on this area. If you do a Fib extension here, if you do a retracement, you may not get a 50. Even if you get a 50 and you do an extension, the extension to the upside probably will just give you like 100, not 123 itself. So, which means that when you see that, this is not a five-wave structure. Because this is the first part of this correction, this is the second part of this correction. We are digging deep now. So this is the first part of the correction. This in the middle is the second part of the correction. And these may just be the last part of the correction. And this may have also run in five waves, which is within a wave, we have A, B, C. And the C did 5. And this like a three-wave, 1, 2, 3 to the downside. So, and these may also have done like a 5-way to the upside, which may put this one as a zigzag to the upside. But in that zigzag to the upside is still a three-wave, 1, 2, 3. Now we have this B wave that was just going down. And this also may have run like the first part of it, like a 5-wave structure to the downside. Then we have an A of B, then within the B, we have B of B, and the C of B, we have this A, B, C also. And this is an impulse, which is 5 ways to the downside. So we have finished this. And so at the end of the day, if you look at it overall, we are looking at 1, 2, 3 of A, 1, 2, 3 of B, which is a 3, 3, 5 formation for us to have a C. So this one gave us an extended flat. So it is not a zigzag that we have in the middle at the end of the day for a whole correction. We have a 3, 3, 5 formation. So which is an extended flat because of the way this one went on. So with that said, so we believe that the first impulse here came down in 5 waves. We still need to see a 5-way to the downside. So now, if indeed this is a C, and which correctly did like an impulse or a trend of 5 waves to the upside, then we are seeing this move to the downside as a first move for us to continue with this. So as a first move to the downside. Now, because it's the last, it may just be the last leg to the downside, then this may be the first move. The day we are done here, the day we are done to continue to the downside is when we break this low. And that is when we can say, okay, dollar is going to continue to fall more again. And if we should take this top, then we know that we are out of correction and this price may likely go on to break the top. But based on what we know and knowledge, what knowledge teaches us, we don't expect a break out of this top for now because we still expect dollar to fall. What are we doing now? here? That is what we have to ask ourselves. What are we doing now here? Now, if this is the C last part of the correction of that middle part B, and we are doing a C, so this may just be initial move of the C leg to the downside, and this may just be the second part of the C leg to the upside, and this may be more complex. We may waste more than the kind of time that you expect before eventually we turn down to break here. So for me, we have to be wise. We have to have eagle eye to tell and decode what exactly they are trying to print now. Now, if I want to interpret, I see this move as a five-wave structure. Be it A, be it one, I just see this move as a five-wave structure for more further downside because it looks five waves to me, and which is one, and A, B, C. A one, A B, and a C. To have this top as a 2, and the third wave came down here, which is correct. And this is like a 4, and this is like a 5. Now, within this 5, of course, we can see a 1, 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 also. And that's how it grows. Now, is this a 4? Because if I say this is a 1, and this is a 2 here, and this is a 3 here, so this must not go beyond, between these two here, which is the top here and here, it must not breach 38 or 40. And it didn't on US dollar index. It did not. And this is correct for a wave A or a wave 1 for us to continue to the downside. If you look at DXY, is the same. So a 1, a 2, and a 3, and this is a 4 and a 5. It looks the same, okay, for DXY. If you look at euro dollar, you may think it looks the same, but it is not the same. So the euro dollar is trying to print something slightly different. It's trying to print something slightly different, but you know how to maneuver and how to get out of this mess is to understand and stay with what your Fibonacci arrangement or retracement or ratio has taught you. This looks like a 1 and a 2 truly here. But for us to have a 3, is this a 4? I don't think it's a 4. Why I don't think it's a 4? If you look at your Fib retracement, if you take your tools right from this bottom here to this top here, go and do it on your own. This has gone beyond 50. It broke 50. On US dollar index and DXY, the reaction was at 38, both of them. So whatever is going to happen, we have to stick with what DXY, US dollar index, most importantly, is saying to tell us about how the kind of strength the dollar has. Of course, even if the dollar is growing weak at times, and we expect the other currency to have more power or hold, you know, occasionally there might be a momentarily weakness on that currency that is not able to push, even if the dollar is weak. So we may see that from time to time with euro, but eventually the direction will not change with what the US dollar index or DXY is telling us. So for me here, on DXY and US dollar index, the whole move was like a 5-wave. But I think on euro dollar, the 5-wave stopped here. And this for me looks like the first correction, which is an A, and that this is a B. That's the way it's looking like for me. and that we are in a C. So if this is a C, that is one thing I've got to also look at. Is this a C? Is this a C? Or we are going to have more complex correction to unfold in this area, that we're going to have a 1, if we are going to count a swing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Are we going to, is this the last 5 swing that is coming down, or we're going to go up to 7 before eventually we take it up again? But I'm still coming back here. Let's go to the either DXY or US dollar index now. So this is US dollar index. Now, the mood capture here is that we have a major determinant of the next series of moves that we're going to have. So this move to the downside, it's a major determinant that tells me, don't break this top for now. Do all your mess in the middle until you break this bottom to continue. And for anybody trading, you know that you have to look at waves. You can't just join trades. So if you feel, oh, we are going down, and you are joining your trades here to go down, see what the trade has done. And that is what rookies and, you know, a beginner or a learner does not know, that you don't just join trades. You have to look at the wave as it's building up to know we are almost at the last part of this wave, for you to wait for correction and for this correction to lapse before you go down again. So now in this correction, so whatever we are seeing here is correcting this move. Are we done? At least with the way it's building up, we should have like a 3-wave at least correction here. Now, if you connect this up here, it means that this part is done. This part is done. So what this part is to me, this does not look like a 5 waves to me. It doesn't. Now, I can see that this more or less look like a move to the upside. And we may have an A to the downside, a B, and a C here. So this looks more or less like a 3-wave structure here. The first move after these 5 waves looks like we have this in the middle, and we have this as an A, B, and a C. And this C may have run a 5 waves. But it's more like a 3-wave. Now we come here, which is the first move also to the downside here. So this is a relative move. And looking at these relative moves also, this also now, at the end of the day, it's looking like a 3 waves to the downside here. So where we have this one in the middle, and this also, sorry, this one, the first move, this one in the middle, and the second move, the third move to the downside. So basically, this is looking like in the middle here, a 3-wave, in the middle here, a 3-wave. So this may just be, if this is 1 or bigger A, we may be seeing this as the B wave in the middle unfolding. So because if we say this is a bigger wave, hey, then we want to now negotiate a bigger wave B here before we have a bigger wave C to the downside. So the direction is still to the downside, but this bigger wave B needs to be completed. What are they doing? So for me, within a bigger wave B, we are still going to subdivide it technically to like 3 waves. So this may be a part of that bigger wave B, which seems to have been completed, which is big enough. Now, The B part of it is what I think is still unfolding. The B part of it is what I think is still unfolding. And that B part of this move, if this is A part of that bigger wave B, the B part is going to run to the downside. We're going to have the C part to the upside, which will not break this top. And after that, we are going to now do A, B, and a C. And if it's going to grow into 1, 2, 3, we'll find out. So for me, if we have finished an A part of it, of B, so in that B, which is the B part of B, we still need to do an ABC of B part of B. So this may just be an A part of B, and this going as a B of B of B. We may be coming to the downside to break as a C of B before we now do, then in that case, the B would have been B of B would have been completed, and we are still going to go up one more time before we come to the downside. The only time we are out of correction is when we break this low. So for now, here on US dollar index, if I now zoom, the only 5 waves that is correct that I can see is this first move to the downside on that time frame, on 4-hour time frame. This does not look like a 5-way structure anymore. If you look at it really, you may even say that in here, you can see that this is like A, B, C of that move, which is an A in that regard, because in this move here, we may see that this is a 5 waves, and this is a B, and also this is a 5 waves here. To make this one a single wave of A, then we have a B in the middle here, and this may have just gone up as a 5 wave also. So at the end of the day, it might just be like an A, B, and a C of this A. But this is big enough to have finished and completed this move. So, having said that, we still need to pick low here. So, and this B may be running a regular flat in the middle here. It may be running an extended flat in the middle here, but I would want to see it break down. And that is what we are expecting. And because I think it won't be completed until it goes back up to the upside before we come down. So we are looking for that to drop now. So if it drops, what I will advise you, don't just think that it's going to drop and continue to go down, break this low and take this low. You might need to be trailing your stop loss because you don't want to lose all your gains. And in case the trade wants to turn back up, then we might need to now follow it up. Relinquish your position because you don't want to hold positions for too long in a negative, and they will now charge you spread and swap and all of that until they go back up again one more time here. So this might just be A of B and a B of B. We may now want to do a C of B, and with that, so which means that we are predicting that we're going to have one more leg down, another one leg to the upside, and then we'll be ready to go down and take out the structure to the downside here. So that is what I can see here now. So having said that, this for me is ready to go down. This for me is ready to go down. I'm spending time on DXY or US dollar index for us to see. And this is ready to go down. So what I can see here now, do we have a price action for us to say we are now coming down to take low of here first and to take low of here before you go back up? I'm yet to see it on the 4-hour time frame. If you look at the daily time frame, we are yet to see that on the daily time frame as well on US dollar index. So I'm yet to see it. What I can see here, it's like we are within this correction for now. This might just be an A B, a C for us to break up one more time. And after we break up, we take up one more time, and we are ready to go down on the daily on this correction of a B, because this will now be an A of a B, then the B of B, A, B, C, and a C of B to the upside. So I see this, most likely we break up again, either kissing this top or not, come down to take the low, either break this low and take this low or not, then go up one more time. So your trend line from here to here with this break tells you this wave here is completed. Your trend line from here to here and with a break below it tells you that this wave is completed, that the new wave has to complete itself, and you're going to guide that new wave with your trend line or trend resistance now if it's coming to the downside. And once we take this low, you are trying to trade your stop loss, because it may not break this bottom. It may just come, take this low, deep, and go back up. So we don't have to take this bottom here. I don't think for now we are ready to take this bottom. So this potentially first target is to take this bottom. The second target is to take this bottom. Without taking this bottom, trade will come, go back up without breaking the top, and at that time we are ready to come down. That is what I can see here. That's the move that I can read. So, and if you go to the DXY on the daily, is setting out to be the same as this is an A and a B. The C will go down. C coming down may just be like a running flat to the downside before they go up. So I don't expect that they are coming to take the low now. They might just run a running flat down and go up, because they might just be ready to go up now. So what do I see? Because if you now begin to look at these on the larger time frame, it's not ready to come down. We need to go up, probably kiss this top before we go. But the next direction now, the trade needs to come down. This is not going to go up. It does not make any sense to me structurally. It won't make any sense structurally. I'm talking of structure. I'm talking of structure. It's not going to go up. It's not going to go up, because if it's going to go up, then you are saying that this is a BA and a B relative to this. With the level of correction here, it will take the top here. That is not going to happen. I can tell you for free. That is not going to happen. So they may kiss the top, they may slightly break the top, but the destination of this wave is that this wave has to come down one more time without breaking this low and go up. That is what I can see. If that will change when we are coming down and we are going to take the low, I will tell. But for now, that is what I can see. So it's the same. So if going into the 1 hour time frame and looking at the structure here, now we see what they are trying to print is like a 3-3, because at the end of the day, let me go back to the daily time frame. At the end of the day, this is going to be like a 3, and this also is going to be a 3, which is an A, B, C of B, and which this wave that is coming to the other side is going to end in a 5-wave structure to either form a regular flat or a running flat, or it's not going to be running flat with the way it has gone up. Either regular flat or an extended flat. Because if they decide to push up to a 1, 2, 3 or 161.8, then it may just be an extended flat to the downside before they go up. but I think a regular flat is possible. If this reacts at 90, regular flat is possible. If it reacts at 90, and you know regular flat can be an 100 extension to the downside, which will take this low. And after that, we might have the last C to the upside, which can get truncated. So that is what I can see. I'm seeing a would-be flat structure around this area. So this will be a 1, 2, 3, a 1, 2, 3 of this in the middle of that B, and a 5 of that B to now have a 1, 2, 3 of B. And we're now going to see a 5-wave structure to the upside. It's going to be a 5 waves, and after that, we are coming down big high. So that's what I can see. Now, so let me go inside of this. I'm taking my time to tell you. And if you like what I'm doing here, you'll give me a thumbs up and you like what I'm doing. So what I'm trying to say now is that we are done here. This wave, it's almost done here. And with this, it's just initial move. And technically, this may still go up, take the top, and after taking the top, we may be coming down. So I may be saying this here as a 1, a 2, and within this 3. This coming down must not take this low. Once we break this low here, this low of 104,222, that's the hand. We are coming down. So, but for now, I think this is going to run like a structure. This looks like a 5-way structure to the downside here. This move looks like a 5-way structure to the downside. So if this one runs like this and this one goes up as a B, if it does not take the top, this may come down without breaking this low, go up one more time and turn to the downside. So if I go inside of a 15 minutes time frame, that's where it's delicate. So you have to look at the higher time frame to confirm. This is like a 5-way structure to the downside. And you may be thinking that, oh, with this 5 wave, this one has gone up as a 5 waves to the upside. Now, this may be a 1, a 2 here. A 1, a 2 here. It's not impossible. A 1 and a 2 here. And this may just be a 3-1 and a 3-2. So the 3-2 here may just be an A, B, C. Once, if it breaks this low, it must work. Let me bring out my drawing so that you understand. So we might be doing this might be a 1 and a 2. And don't let me confuse you with this. So this might be a 1 and a 2. And this might just be a 3-1. And A, B, if it turns down, it might give us a C. But if it comes here, breaks 85, take this top, then we are going back up. Now, if it still works within this and this, we may say that this is still part of this correction without taking this low. But ultimately, if we are going to now come to the downside, we must not take this low. Because what I'm trying to say is that this may still be part of the first move, like an A, B, and a C of 2. In that case, it's going to be big correction to the upside. So it might just be an A, B, C without taking this low, and it will now be, oh, this is a 1, this is a 2, then we have a 3 to the upside. In that case, we are most likely going to take this immediate. If it turns big like that, it means that we are going to take this purple top. It means that we're going to take this purple top. This purple top, this is an area we want to see a reaction first to the downside, without a reaction to the downside. I said we are going to take this thing, we may take this place if I go to the 4-hour time frame so that you will see without you getting things muddled up. Yes. And this is the low. When we take it, we are going down again. So we can take this low. It doesn't really matter. We can take this low. We are not going to take this low for now. That's what I've said. So we can take this top later. We are not going to take this point for now. That's what I'm saying. So we are seeing a flat trying to build within B here, an A, B, C. So this may take the top or not, but really let it go do whatever it wants to do here. You are looking to sell. Don't buy now. We are looking to sell. No matter what they are trying to do, we want to sell. We want to sell. And that is one thing you should be looking for. Look for a sell. Look for a sell. Let me go back to 15 minutes time frame. So with that said, if we take this low, we are done with this wave. Then we want to do a 5-wave structure to the downside of a C of B, then before we turn up again. So this is, we are running against this wave, this support of 104.100. So, but let's see what is going to happen here. But what I can see on the larger time frame is that we are still going to break the top one more time. We are going to break the top one more time. So if we now take that to euro dollar, like I told you, euro dollar is a bit complex. It's a bit complex. Let me go on a 4-hour time frame first. Like I told us that I see this as an A and a B, and within this wave of a C. So I think let's just continue to deal with this move here as that of Dxy. So take this as an A of B, and within a B of B, so this may be seen as a B of B. I don't see this even coming here because on Dxy and US dollar index, they are very close to this bottom. So I don't see this coming here. This may take reaction. This may break down again or not and go up. So if it goes up, let's see if it's going to test this area, take the top one more time, grab liquidity, come down, and most probably break the low here as a C wave before we now go back up. So that is what I can see now in the immediate, or ultimately rather. So what we are saying now is that any low is the last low here, and how to guide yourself to know if any last low. Now let me show you something on 1-hour time frame here. We have said that this is a 3-wave, 1, 2, 3, and ABC. And we are seeing this also as a possible 3-wave also, which is 1, A, B, and a C. And we expect at least maybe a reaction at 100 or 1, 2, 3, and not beyond 161.8. So if I were you, and I want to go by that, from that pitch to this pitch, then to this golden yellow here. So we had broken 100 here. So because we are broken 100 here, that is gone. So the reaction, this is 123, and the 161.8, it's below here. So 161.8 is at about 1.000. So I do not see that this price is going to come down within this configuration is coming to break 1.0700. I don't see that for now. The worst case scenario, the price will go up, take the low one more time before bouncing up. That's in a worst case scenario. So, but we are trading euro dollar. So let's look at what we can do on euro dollar. Let me go back into the 15 minutes time frame. Now, 15 minutes time frame of euro dollar. So we are working within this wedge. We've been trying to break. We've been trying to break that. And every move that you see, it's every break of new low, it's potentially the last low. This may still go up and take the low. So now with this move to the upside, that's the first move. We are potentially seeing this as an A, B, C to the downside. So if indeed, one thing that will tell you that this is going up into a trend is if it does not break this red line that shows that we are within, if we should break up above this trend line to the upside, it's potentially telling us that price may likely want to go up the more. So if it touches this area and continue to go down, it's telling you that potentially this could be a 1 and a 2, and it may grow up to become a 3, 4, 5, taking this low. And so within this movement from here to this pitch, and this is 85. So, and if indeed this is a 1, and we're going to have ABC of a 2, and this is 85. So we want to see reaction within this 85 to the downside, 85 to the upside. So if we take this 85 to the upside and we break it up, good for us. So if we should come down, then we are going to see if it's forming like a flat or an extended flat, any kind of flat that is going to form to the downside. We are going to take it, and that means our entry might change, then we go up. So, but if it reacts any area here, we are looking for between 100 to 123, 161.8, or let's say 123, extension that will not go below here to pick our order to buy. But if we take our order to buy, we are giving it a very tight stop loss that should not break here. If it breaks, we are going down again. So, and if it goes down again, once we see another buy setup, we'll pick. And that's what it's all about. So I've said that. Let me go to gold. I've taken more time today. Gold. Let me just go to 4-hour time frame. And